If anything, getting under 12 minutes is gonna be my goal. If that happens, I'm gonna be fine. That's gonna be all.
It's a marathon run, so goals are important.
Yeah, it's just for fun. It's just racing sake awareness, as you mentioned, not to set personal bests. Even though I wouldn't reject one if that happened. And I'm sure no one would.
So we are. I think there was a bit of an audio issue. Quick going through, Blast Process, Sega Awareness, Sonic Block, yada yada yada. Chrezm here, world record holder, Sonic Chaos. We are all set.
Okay.
So at any point when you're ready, I can count you down.
Okay, actually let me do some pre-game things just to introduce a bit of the game, because this game is actually really fast and I'm gonna be talking about too many points at once. That if I can do this before starting, just some background on the game. This game was released in late 1993, right around the time Sonic CD was released in Japan and North America. This is the first 8-bit game that's gonna feature Tails as a playable character, but obviously I'm not gonna be playing as Tails. I actually don't know the full spectrum for that, so I just know Sonic, but whatever. It's also the first game that actually lets you fly Tails. Maybe you've seen that during one of the demos before. Tails is actually flying, but of course we're not going to bother about that, just some background on that. Now the story, as mentioned in Sonic Retro, is really simple. Dr. Robotnik has taken the red Tails Emerald, as you can see in the demo, and he's hunting for more. Sonic and Tails are entrusted with saving South Island before it is too late. End of story.
Very, very creative.
Very, very creative. That's all the story you need in 1993. There's no story development or whatever, it's just Sonic and defeating Dr. Robotnik. But we're not gonna get the Chaos Emeralds, which is gonna beat the game. We're also gonna be playing on the Sega Master System. There's also released in the Game Gear, but that's noticeably smaller and more difficult to play around, so we're not gonna bother with that. But if you want to play that, good luck with you. Which also good luck to you. Which also comes to the point that I want to make. I'm gonna actually have a personal incentive for me. If I can do this, if for whatever reason this run sucks so bad that I end up having a time more than 30 minutes, I'm gonna speedrun the Game Gear version sometime this week. It's just as punishment, so it's gonna keep us on track. But that's basically all the pre-game introduction that I wanted to make sure.
Alright, excellent. Then, without further ado, can I count you down?
Okay. Timer's gonna start as soon as I select Sonic on the title screen, so let me know when you're ready for it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, this is Sonic Chaos again. Welcome back. So, Sonic gets to move like this. All the movements for Sonic include traveling, walking, jumping, also charging spin digits, because that's out after Sonic 2. And also doing peel out, because this is also around the Sonic CD time. You're gonna see me doing a pillar right here. You've seen that with the previous run, so I don't need to basically introduce that again. So that's basically all the movement that's there in this game. You're also gonna see me right at the end of each level. I'm gonna be charging a peel out just to get to through the end of the level faster, but I'm gonna explain that later. Now I'm gonna introduce. Oh shit! No, I've fallen down the route that I didn't want to fall. I'm just gonna take a death, so I can actually show the feature right now. That's never happened before. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce the mechanic in this game. There's rocket shoes that I'm gonna be taking right about now that let Sonic fly around like this. It's actually just that. There's nothing too much about it. Now, exit dashes. I'm gonna be charging those right at the end of the level, so I can walk off the screen faster and actually transition to the next level like half a second, between half a second and 1 second faster, which is not too much of a big of a deal, but when you start doing high level speedruns of this game, this is one of the key things you need to keep in mind. Now for Act 3, every third act is going to feature a boss. In this case, we're going to face a motorbike, but we cannot jump on it, so we're going to roll through the side and get all the hits. I'm also going to charge an exit dash now. It kind of looks like that. So that's basically Turquoise Hill 3. That's introducing all of the basic mechanics and all the things that we're going to be talking about. So we are now to the next note, which is Gigalopolis, which has a naming difference. If you're playing on the Game Gear version, it's called Gigapolis, but it's whatever. Gigapolis. Now, there's also a cool little section here. Party pit that I didn't fall into. That's also one of the things that I didn't want to fall into. That would have been bad. Would have lost like 2 or 3 seconds. Because this game is also notorious for eating your inputs. Actually getting that jump on that platform is one of the hardest parts. But actually using both 1 and 2 buttons to jump gives me basically more chances at this. Now for the second act, there's basically not too much. I'm just gonna do this right at the start, and I hit the spring even though I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. So keep doing this, keep doing this. Woo. Also next to dash, you're gonna hear me count most levels 1, 2, 3, 4 before charging the exit dash. So if Brad is complaining in chat about it, that's why. Now for the third act, if you've played Sonic Mania before, this boss may result familiar. Okay, let's actually do it properly. I'm gonna be taking this path. So yeah, this is the boss you'd expect to see in Mirage Saloon, playing his Knuckles. And that was a bit slow, but that's fine. Also another exit dash that I messed up. So if you mess up those exit dashes, you're just gonna ram against the right edge of the screen and come to a complete stop, and that's gonna cost some time, but that's not too much of a deal. It's apparently called Dangerous Bowl Tower or Beatworm. That's the official name, I'm not making that up. Whatever. Okay, now, Sleeping Egg 1. We're gonna be taking the bottom route. That we get some rocket shoes. You can also take the top route and it takes the exact same amount of time, but I prefer this route because you get rocket shoes. 2, 3, 4, go. Now, for one of the more interesting mechanics in Sonic Chaos, we're gonna go to a special stage. Even though we're playing Sonic Beat the game, in some stages it's actually faster to get to the special stage, die, and warp to the next level, because that's basically what happens. And to get to the special stage, we're gonna get 100 rings. And it just so happens that it's really simple to get 100 rings in this particular level. So this is a special stage, and that's the end of the special stage. We just failed it on purpose. And we're gonna see some tally screen. Continue, 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 and next level. Sleepy Neck 3. So apparently this is called the Happy Neck Vulcan. Just some cool little facts. And hopefully I don't mess it up. I've messed it up. I messed up this boss in practice enough times. So I want to jump on its head and get a couple hits. Good. Didn't mess it up. Oh shit. Did mess it up. That's fine. Okay, so gonna basically get a jump on the boss and get all the hits by bouncing on its head. You can also get hits if you hit it on the top half of his body, but it's faster to get all the hits on the bounce by bouncing. So we are already halfway through. This game is really fast. Now for this act, Mecha Green Hill, because you can. What would be a Sonic game without a Green Hill clone? But this time it's mecha. It's mechanized. This is also the easiest act in the stage. In the whole game, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I messed up. Whatever. Whatever. Next act. Mecha Green Hill 2. There's actually not too weird things happening here. It's basically just doing exactly what I mentioned. There's no level warps, there's no zipping that's actually useful for us RTA runners. There's one weird glitch in the really early game that's basically task only and only saves like a couple hundredths of a second, so we don't go for it because it's actually really hard, and I don't think anyone has actually got it.
Right, this game is a lot of what you see is what you get.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a bad Sonic game to get into if you're looking to get into speedrunning or Sonic as in general.
Yeah, it's actually really simple to learn.
Chrezm has world record here, and the reason why he's running this game is I challenged him to pick it up. I told him in 3 days he'd have a good time, and within like a week and a half he got the world record.
Yeah, it wasn't kind of like that, but I get the idea. This game is actually really easy to learn. Even without knowing all the strats, the first time that I played through this game, which was back in December, I beat it in like 26 minutes, and that was without knowing half of the things that I'm doing right now. Which is actually amazing. Now, coming up to the hardest strat in the game. Okay, so I need some concentration. This is one of the levels where I want to get 100 rings to go up to special stage. I got it? Yep, got it.
Nice. Yeah, this stage loves to eat your inputs. This stage is pretty much the run killer, where most of your runs are going to go to die, because mixed with the scrolling clouds and the water and the falling platforms, the Master System cannot handle everything going on. Yeah,
that's one of the sad things about the 8-bit games in general. They love to eat your inputs. Now this is also, Aqua Planet 2 is also one of the stages where I want to warp to special stage because it's faster. In general, all of the water levels are really laggy, so we want to avoid being on them as much as we can. And we're done. That's also the last stage where we're gonna warp to special stage. All of the upcoming stages are faster to just complete. Now, Aqua Planet 3, the last non-Robotnik boss. So we're gonna take this top route. Don't get the invincibility box. It's gonna create more lag, as we mentioned, which is not good. Now, just gotta show off. These penguins, or little birds, come from Sonic 2 8-bit, actually. And this boss kinda resembles one of the bosses from that same game, the Sky High boss. So, if you are familiar with the Sonic 2 8-bit run, if you've seen it played, you immediately recognize that as one of the most annoying bosses. Well, not the most annoying. So there I wanted to get some hits on the boss by aligning myself with the left edge of the screen and bouncing from the left edge of the screen to the boss, left edge of the screen again, and so on. So I could combo a lot of hits. So that's Aqua Planet. Now we're up to the final stages of the game. This game is really fast, as I mentioned. Okay, now one of the tricks. You can blame Brad if this goes wrong. I'm gonna be going for the trick that I actually never go for. Blame Brad if... Everyone blame Brad. Blame Brad. Gonna take the safety... Oh, I messed up. Okay, I'm just gonna take the normal route. You can blame Brad for that. I actually practiced that and I was really consistent, but... You never know what's gonna happen in a marathon. So I'm just gonna take the route that most sane people would take. Which, instead of going that bottom route, I'm just gonna take up this tube if I don't fall off the platform. What is this new play strats? Okay, let's actually not fail. I'm supposed to be good at this game. Okay, so we take this route, which is infinitely easier. Go up, and finish in 19 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, go. If I were to do the bottom route properly, that would be 18 seconds, so I get to save 1 second. And that's all there is. But if you mess it up, well, you see what happens. You have to restart, because either that'll take a backup route, which is gonna cost you like a couple seconds as well.
The other attempts didn't count. 19, good time.
Oh, yeah. I also messed up this, somehow. This is the first time I've messed up that. Okay, now one of the sections which is known for eating your inputs. Is it gonna eat it now? Nope. The music is also really good. Too bad we don't get to hear it too much, because most of the acts are really short.
Alright, and up next we got the final boss, which we affectionately refer to as the garbage can.
It's a garbage can. Apparently it's called Lazy Walker, but whatever. Yeah.
I believe the correct term for those in Europe is rubbish bin.
Yeah, rubbish bin. It's gonna be... Okay, it's called the garbage can because it's so trash. Because it's gonna basically trash your entire run if you mess it up. I want to hit Robotnik exactly 16 times by aligning myself with the windshield right there. Otherwise, he's gonna start shooting some diagonal lasers which are gonna bounce off the screen. And they may hit me, and that's not good because I'm gonna lose time. Now for the final phase, he's just gonna expand his Ekmobile and just charge at you. Let's not die. So just do that, and time's coming up right now. By the way, I also split myself, so in case you missed the time, that's also fine. So that's Sonic Chaos. Now, since we didn't collect any of the emeralds, we are gonna get the bad ending, where Sonic just gonna roll, Robotnik laughing with the red Chaos Emerald and just flies away. Sonic is like, no, where'd you going? No, I should have collected all the emeralds. Damn it, I should just run away, and shame, and try again, as shown in the screen.
GG, Chrezm.
Yeah, that was...
I got 1242. I don't know what your splits was.
Yeah, I got 1244 as well, which is actually less than 13 minutes, which is great. Now, had I played Tails, that would have been a good ending. Tails cannot do the special stages, so he gets a good ending automatically, for reasons. I guess because his story happens after Sonic's, or some weird shit. But basically, this is one of the easiest Sonic games to learn, so if you're really interested in picking up some Sonic speedrun, this is one of the good games to go. There's a tutorial by, don't know if he's in chat, by ICVG. You can find it at speedrun.com/Sonic Chaos, and under resources, it's just 2 hours, and it covers basically 90% of what I'm doing right now. Ideally, the times that you would get for this game are under 12 minutes. Getting under 11-30 minutes is a feat not too many people can say they get, but under 12 minutes is great. Under 13 is fine. But yeah, so...
Yeah, and this game isn't very marathon friendly. For whatever reason, when we run this game in a marathon, it goes very, very wrong every time.
Exactly. I'm glad someone understands that feeling. Especially missing up that Turquoise Hill too. I've never done that actually before. First time.
Nerves, man.
It's just the nerves.
Chrezm, dude, thank you for your run, man. And
Yeah.
a special shout out to Chrezm here. He is a huge reason why a lot of the recent skips in the classic Sonic games have been found and figured out. So not only does he his world record deserve credit, he himself deserves a lot of credit for what he's done for us as far as glitches is concerned. So thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
No problem. And now I guess I shall throw it over to. We're gonna continue with some Sonic Mania, I guess, with Argit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm also hyped for that. I guess you should continue watching the stream and have fun for the rest of the day.
All
And I'll
right.
see
Stick
you.
around,
I'll see you around.
Yep, we're gonna fade out here for about 5 minutes, and we'll be right back.